Esther, you nailed it. You have become an exceptionally good photographer. Absolutely super happy and proud, and you should give yourself a big pat on the back. These pictures are top level professional photography. Excellent. You've done exceptionally well. I feel like I know these kids as well because I've been looking at pictures of them over the past few weeks. I'm really impressed by what you've done. Really, Yasher koach. Excellent. Okay, let's jump in. So AL, and you've nailed it. You've understood it perfectly. Let's just move me out of the way. Always a good idea. So, you've understood. I'll just speak through it quickly, but you have understood it perfectly. Is you've metered on his face. Do you have your flash going off? Did your flash go off there? Second. Your flash did go off. Okay, so it's a little different now that flash went off because your AEL button turns to FEL, flash exposure lock, but it doesn't even matter. I suppose the fundamentals stay the same. You used your AEL to meter on the kid's face, and you got a decent exposure, and then you are in a different place, but you've again used the flash, I think. 1 second. Flash went off, yeah. Interesting. Okay. And here again in a completely different situation. Let's just have a look. We have metering mode is matrix. So you've proven the point. You've proven the point. It's a little more complicated, but I'm not going to get into that. Using the AEL, metering on the child's face, on your subject's face, you're going to get the correct exposure, whether it's in this kind of light or in this kind of light. Okay, very good. This is your silhouette by day, which is perfect. Absolutely, very well seen. It's not always so straightforward to see where there'd be a silhouette in this time of day. You've done very well here. Really, a great example of that. Pin sharp, excellent. Pin sharp, and it's also nice the little light, the rim of light that you've got coming around as well. What do I think of those stats? You could have been using a wider aperture and a quicker shutter speed. I think the wider aperture would have added a bit to the background, but the point was the silhouette, which you nailed. Excellent. Okay, and here is a great example of a different exposure. And so this is actually the rare, I wouldn't say rare, but rarer case of a darker background. This is also not considered comparable exposure. This is a little darker than it should be. This is comparable exposure. This is obviously lighter than it should be, but this is actually darker than it should be. Here, however, it works quite well, I feel, because of the white of his t-shirt, and there's just generally a lot of white in the image. I think it actually works quite well, but you've definitely demonstrated the point. This is a good example of where the background is a little too underexposed. Okay, are we into your photo shoot? Yes, just a quick overview. I love that. Excellent. Awesome picture. Okay, excellent photography. Okay, let's have a look. So you're at 200 ISO, 2.5, 6/40th. What would I think those stats are? Are they good, bad, or perfect? And the answer is they are absolutely perfect. Absolutely spot on. The issue is, though, just slightly, it's not really an issue, is that you focused on her, or at least that's where the focus went. If you had focused more on the girl in the middle, then this little girl would be a bit sharper. Not that this is completely acceptable. Lovely. You've got good eye contact from her. You didn't get eye contact from her, that would have been nice. But I really appreciate this little kind of flowery, this kind of thing I would think is like kitschy, But I like this here. You've pulled it off great. It's great. It is kitschy, but it's kind of stylish. I suppose that's just my thing. I'm like very much into stylish, like classic photography. Even though I do like sometimes some quirky, funny things, but the whole like how do you say that? The whole like ethos of my photography is classic, stylish, artistic. But this you've like pulled it off in that it's quirky, but it's got style to it. It's a great shot, lovely composition, very very beautiful composition. I'll show you the composition, but it's not, that didn't really do it justice. It's a much cleaner shape. Isn't that, there you go. That's the shape that I was trying to pull out there. So that's a very beautiful composition. That's a very beautiful shape. You've got a lot of interplay between the subjects, perfectly balanced, symmetrical. There's lots of stuff. We can talk about this for a long time. A lot of great stuff. You've chosen a great background. It's worked out lucky. This is more luck than anything. That the darker background here has popped her out, and the lighter background here has popped her out. That's just lucky. That happens to me as well sometimes, and I say thank you very much. That's great. That's just a classic shot. Excellent picture. Could you just vignette maybe slightly? I can't think much to do on Photoshop. Not much to do in post on that at all. Excellent. And this is just delicious. So it's not pin sharp the way that I like it, but that could be a post. That could be something you did in post. I would maybe sharpen the eyes. That could be, maybe we'll do that in Lightroom. But that is just absolutely. That's called a splash page. A splash page is the first page that you come in on your website. That would be a great splash page. You really, Esther, you should give yourself a big pat on the back. Super impressed. Would I crop in a little bit? Maybe I'll do that. No, maybe not. A little bit less. 1 second. Okay, not a big deal. Okay, so we've got great eye contact. We've got our stats. We said, did I mention the stats? Well, I will again anyway. 200 ISO, 1.8, 1250. Is that good, bad, perfect? Perfect. Excellent. Excellent. We've got, I think, you've further softened his hair, I think. Oh, have you? Well, I can't see if you did that in post. I think you didn't. I think you maybe did a little bit in post. Not sure. He's obviously standing very, very far away, and you're up very close, and you've just gotten, you just nailed it. You've got the perfect background. These greens contrasted with the orange, with the blonde of his hair. Also, not to forget the actual contrast of the textures. Yeah, this is very soft texture. This is very linear, kind of delineated texture. You've got the composition is like this. Sorry for my bad drawing. Try again a little bit. Got the face here, but we've got this pointing to the face. Now, what's with these arms? Why doesn't that bother us? Because we're not really moving. Like, his arms are cut off, yeah, so we'd think it'd bother us, but we're not actually moving around. This image is like a kind of on his face, because the direction, obviously the first thing and the only thing we look at is his eyes, and your eye moves down here, but then there's a massive force field pushing your eye up. You with me? So you've got this downward kind of movement with the eye here, and then this kind of counter force, which means you just stay buzzing in the middle over here, which creates a very kind of electrifying, dynamic experience. It's excellent. This is really a fantastic picture. He's about to kiss his titsers. You've got the textures, whatever texture pattern here, echoed in the texture pattern here. Excellent. I would maybe push the eyes a little bit further, maybe, but that's just a class picture. Excellent, excellent. Okay, now this is a great classic, just classic portrait of a little boy. It's not like this is the kind of picture that you can, win awards for, and goes in the front, on a business card or on the back of your, on the front of your website. But this is what businesses are made on. This is what successful businesses are built on. Stuff like this: clear, happy, clean, good, bad, or perfect. Perfect. Absolutely perfect. These kind of pictures, it's a little bit static. You could be a little bit turned to the side. But sitting down, different poses in different ways, good posing. But just stuff like this. This is what people want to see. They want to see happy, smiley faces, clear backgrounds, nothing distracting, solid shapes, good colours, sharp, all the, everything, all the above. And you've done it, and that's great. That's great. So don't get, these pictures come along kind of rare. They're not that rare, but these are the whole time. So never ever feel that this isn't, this is real craftsmanship. This is like art, and this is craftsmanship, and we're artists and craftsmen. Okay, so my mouth's a little dry because we're fasting today. Okay, this is stats, good, bad, or perfect. They're good. They're not perfect because this could be 1.8 and we could be a little quicker, or not even a little quicker. In this case, we would have just given ourselves a slightly longer shutter speed because it's a little underexposed. It's a great moment. Just the underexposure is annoying me. We can fix that though here. Let's just do this over here. Lightroom's just so superior. But that's better anyway. Okay, I can't. It's difficult for me to look at underexposed images. Great, cute t-shirt. You're demonstrating. You're using your AI servo, whatever that is on Nikon, however they call it, which means you've got your subject running to you, changing distance, and you nailed it. Speed-wise, like I said, it could have been a little bit quicker if you're a little bit more open on your aperture, but you've frozen her perfectly, that's fine. Nothing distracting in the background, good differentiation between subject and background. We've got a great composition here. It's very rough again, like I always do. My first attempt is always a little too fast. Okay, and then we've also got some kind of funky thing there. It's quite cute. So you've got a nice shape, good, got everything great, excellent stuff. Okay, good, bad, or perfect. So they're basically perfect. There should be another one like nearly perfect. They're nearly perfect. That could be a 1.8, but however, maybe they are perfect because with your camera. In fact, you know what? I give you a pat on the back and I'll say perfect. Maybe it could have been 2.2, but we've got to be too wide open when you're taking a close up of eyes is always a mistake. And you can see that this eye is just slight. Is it? Maybe it's not. Maybe it's something. Maybe that's something different. Anyway, it's so nitpicky. It doesn't even matter. This is great. We've got our point of entry is his eyes. I appreciate the actual. It's interesting what's giving us direction that way. So we do move that way more than this way. This line is more prominent. It's lighter, I think, than this line. That's why that's doing that. There's also that little wisp of hair over here, which moves us into that direction. Now, one thing that the reason why, when we've learned about eyes, should always takes us down. Yeah, so these eyes are taking us down. Why did it work out so well in this situation? Because usually I should be above center, is because of his couple intersecting with the canvas, and that's created a dynamic tension, which, although our eye is moving down here, it's balanced by that tension at the top over here. Excellent. Another great shot. You nailed it. You've nailed it. Nice one. Excellent. Excellent. Clean, sharp, great expression, no wasted space, The eyes, again, they're centered, but we've got the tension of the cap over here that means we're perfectly balanced. Perfect, really. Esther, you've done exceptionally well. You have absolutely what to be proud of. Not only can you be charging money, don't forget you need to be making your portfolio, but you can be charging decent money. Keep, the truth is I shouldn't have said that, because the goal right now is to just bring as many people in as you can, into your client base. So I would think about quantity more than quality right now, as in just keep shooting as much as you possibly can, because with quality images like this, and you're not even using a fully pro camera, you'll be able to charge really good money within give it a little while, and you'll be able to charge once you've built your client base. That's the most important thing first. Build your client base, and then you can start thinking about charging more money. But you'll definitely be able to charge decent money. All I'm going to do is just take this and just brighten up the eyes. We've spoken for over 15 minutes and done really excellently. I haven't even spoken about your post editing, because it seems that it's basically top notch. 1 second, let's zoom in here and just go to our pen. Let's do our iris enhance. Just go that there. Yeah, that makes all the difference. But there's nothing else to do. You've done amazingly. Okay, Esther, so this is you graduating. Mazel tov. You've done exceptionally well, and we'll keep you posted as to new stuff that comes out, and give yourself a pat on the back. Okay, nice one.